I'm Liisa Savalainen from the National Library of Finland, and I work here as a deputy director of a library, so mainly doing the management of a library, financing and staff management things. And about the National Library of Finland, it's like all the national libraries in the world, mostly responsible for collecting the national published documental or cultural history or heritage. So it means that we collect all the publications published in Finland, books, periodicals, music and sound recordings, but also electronic books and magazines and news media, which is published on the net. And we also harvest the Finnish internet. So that is the most growing area of what we are doing nowadays. So having also collected digital time, cultural heritage. We are in Finland the biggest library, so we have over 100 kilometers of material, mostly in our closed stacks. We are now here in our open collection, so it's only 10% of our collection here. But all the national collection and rare books, and also the archival material, manuscripts, which we have rather much, they are all in the closed stacks and only used in the reading rooms. Our future, I think the most biggest task for the future is this documentation and collecting and preserving the digital heritage of nowadays. So it means that if we collect today some terabytes of Finnish digital cultural heritage, it means that we should preserve it to the users who want to use it in 100 years or 200 years. So that is a huge challenge for us. It's in content, if you think of a content, what to preserve, but also technically. About the history of a library. This library was established in 1640. So in that time we were part of Swedish kingdom, and it was Queen Christina of Sweden who established university and also this library. And we first situated in Turku, and after the big fire of Turku town, university and library was transferred to Helsinki. That was in 1828, and that was Imperial Russian time. After that we have been working here in Helsinki. This building is first part of the oldest part of the building is designed by German architect Carl Ludwig Engel, was finished in 1840. This is the last of Engel's buildings. He never saw this building as working library because he died in the same year as the library get ready. At the moment I'm sitting here in Rotunda. This is new building from 1907, designed by Gustav Nyström. So this is quite modern. When this building was finished, this was the most modern building in Finland. And we have rather keen relationship to academic libraries and public libraries because we have a big IT sector, and we produce IT services, databases and such search platforms for other libraries in Finland, but also nowadays more and more also for archives and museums in Finland. For instance, we have such a Finna search interface which is financed by Ministry of Education and Culture, and all the Finnish libraries which are financed by ministry can use without any fee. Our staff is about 230 people, and we have a big IT department. They make software, as we use mostly open source software, so we have such a coders in our staff. And when we have also microfilming and digitizing and conservation department, so we are rather good in all the digital tools which we have, and we have used to use them. And also I think we have very good possibility to, in the future, to mix that. Sometimes we work remotely or have totally digital workshops, and sometimes we are together. What is important at the moment, we are discussing about when we have to be all together, what we get from being together, and when it is more effective to be remote. So I think we will have interesting autumn to discuss about this and find new ways to work.
We have very much like international collaboration, of course, and in different areas. For example, I'm involved in LERU, which is the Association of leading European universities. The University of Leiden, the University of Leuven, the University of Cambridge, the University of Oxford, UCL, University College London, Imperial College, University of Barcelona, and Parisian, some universities from France. We have this Una Europa collaborative way to educate students together with like other universities and do research, build also like research infrastructures together with other universities. So we have this kind of like associations and coalitions and so on. We are involved, and of course we are doing very much cooperation inside the country also. So we have like Sotia for acquiring electronic digital resources, Fineli, and also the university libraries. We like collaborate together, and directors of different university libraries, for example, meet regularly, talk about different things and do things together. So in many ways this is very like collaborative. You have to collaborate as much as possible to have a kind of tradition of collaboration. You have to trust each other. That's very, very important. In the Finnish situation, I think we have been very pragmatic. We have noticed that when there is so much people also outside the organizations who need access to these printed collections. That's why we have done it in Finland. For example, the Library of Parliament. Yes, the Library of Parliament is open to general public. So this is not very usual. Do it like that. So that's why I think the openness is one of the things that really characterizes the kind of system we have here. Also the understanding of the importance of libraries and that so many people, for example, in our nation, they really use the library. So I think in different cultural situations, of course, you have to find your own ways to do things and to learn from everywhere, from us and from other countries and so on, and then like to apply it in your situation. So I think there is no one right answer how the library system in a specific country should be built because the countries are different. But of course, trust and pragmatism and collaboration, I think these kind of terms are really like what are important in every context. Yes, no, one of the words could be that you are welcome to our library, to the University Library of Helsinki. So you can come here. So the libraries are really open here. So this is something really rare. It's not often in different countries. When I visit the university libraries, there is often the gate. You can't go inside if you don't have this kind of access card or something. But in our situation, you can come to visit us. It's possible.